Let's learn about the Easter traditions of Sweden.
As you can see, our cat Coco Kitty especially liked the Easter tree.
Hey.
Hey what?
No, hey.
Hey what?
No, hey means hi in Sweden.
Oh, okay. How would I say hello?
Hello.
Hello. Well, hey and hello to you too. What if I wanted to say good day?
Good dog.
Goodbye is hey dog.
Hey dog. Buckle up, let's head to Sweden.
Little fun fact about it's my grandpa, Alexis's great grandpa, actually did come from Sweden, and he actually rowed a boat all the way over to America. He ended up actually in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and he was a mason, so he did a lot of the rock work in downtown Ypsilanti that's still there today. So that's kind of cool, isn't it?
The most popular Easter tradition in Sweden is the Easter tree.
That's right, and it's called postkris in Swedish. People all over Sweden like to collect twigs or so I should say large twigs or small branches, and they'll tie feathers on them and put them in a vase and put them as a centerpiece on their table. They'll also take all these beautiful treetops from the outdoors as well and fill them with feathers, especially in a lot of the old historic towns in Sweden. You'll see feathered trees everywhere. So I think I like the idea of these. Our magnolia tree has these little branches that have little green leaves on them that I think would be really pretty to use for our postkris.
Hey, glad påsk.
Glad påsk. Glad påsk is
Easter.
Happy Easter in Sweden. Very good. And we have our postkris that we're working on here. I think I may have picked branches a little too big, but it should be pretty. And because ours do have the little greens on them, I actually put ours in water. Alexis is going to show us how to put the feathers on the branches. First, our supplies. What supplies do we have?
Feathers and pipe cleaners. You usually want to cut them up a little bit.
So I just used the wire trimmers here, and we did find that actually the smaller you cut them, the better, because the larger ones, they end up just showing a little bit too much. And ideally, you would want just a thin wire and not a pipe cleaner, but we don't have thin wires. And also, we'd probably rather, like our feathers are pretty small. I think it would be better to have bigger feathers, but we are working with what we have, and whatever you have at home will work as well. If you don't have any feathers, you could cut out little paper feathers. All right, Alexis, can you show everybody how to put their feathers on their branches?
Yep. First of all, take one of these.
The pipe cleaner.
Yeah, the pipe cleaners. And then, you usually want to lay them down. And then you can take something, and then you just twist it on.
Can you explain to everyone, how are you twisting that on?
Well, I'm just like kind of twisting it, you know?
Twisting it around. Very nice.
There's the first feather.
There's the first feather, yep. And you want to try to get them as close to the end of each little branch as you can. You don't want it so close that it'll fall off the end, but you want it close enough to the end that it will show up a little bit better. So Alexis, why don't you put a few more feathers on? While you're putting those feathers on, I'm going to tell everyone a few facts about a Swedish Easter. So as we see, we have our postkris, which is our beautiful Easter tree. And the fun thing is, in Sweden, not only will they collect branches and bring them in their house in a beautiful vase, but they actually do the trees outdoors as well. It's a huge Easter tradition, and a lot of especially the old historic towns, there'll be all sorts of trees outside that have these beautiful feathers all over them. And if you look up some pictures, it really is a sight to see.
And they also also sell them at like stores too.
Yeah, and we saw even some outdoor shops that had the feathers already on the twigs, and they just had them separated by color, and people could just go and pick out whichever branches they wanted to and create their Easter tree that way. And as you can see behind us, we actually have an Easter tree in our own little way here. It's our Christmas tree that was a Valentine's tree, and now it's an Easter tree. Some other fun facts about Easter in Sweden is they don't typically have an Easter basket, whereas in Sweden they actually have a giant paper egg that opens up similar to how a that was our dog. She's growling at some bikers going by. But in Sweden they will have it's like a paper mache egg that they'll open up and there'll be candy inside. Doesn't that sound good? So instead of an Easter basket full of candy, they'll have a big paper egg.
Paper egg? How's that supposed
Well, it's
to
like a
be?
paper mache, so it has a little bit of glue in there, so that's how it can be hard. And I'm sure they make some out of plastic too. But that's a nice Easter tradition in Sweden. Now let's talk about Easter dinner.
Yummy.
Or maybe we should start with breakfast. So breakfast, of course, is traditionally eggs and lots of eggs. Then they'll have a big smorgasbord for lunch, which will consist of pickled herring, some salmon, like a potato casserole, and sometimes they'll put anchovies in their potato casserole. So you can see they kind of like fish.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do a roasted lamb and just lots of different side dishes. And they'll have a huge meal at lunch and then also another meal for dinner. Another special treat is called postmust, which is kind of like a root beer that's special for kids to drink and others on Easter. Now the funny thing about Easter, their Easter dinner, is that it's almost exactly like their Christmas dinner. In fact, there's another drink for Christmas that I think is called Julmust, and everyone says it tastes exactly like postmust, so they think it's the same thing.
And as a special fact, super sugary.
Yeah, Alexis though got really excited when she heard about how much sugar was in it. So it's not just regular root beer, it's extra sugary root beer, right? So there's some fun facts about Easter in Sweden. And there she has her another beautiful branch ready to put in the vase. And we're going to work on the rest of these branches, and we're going to come back and share with you our finished postgris.
Now we're going to draw the flag of Sweden. Easy supplies, a 3x5 card, a blue crayon, and a yellow crayon.
You're going to divide your paper in half, drawing a golden line right down the middle. So go ahead and pick up your golden crayon. And you're going to split it straight down the middle. A line. And it's okay if it's a little crooked because we're going to be straightening it out in a little bit. So on either side of that line, you're also going to draw another line. So you kind of end up with like 3 lines, and then you're going to color them in. And that's going to be the base of our cross. Now you can keep it this way if you'd like to finish off the cross, or if it's easier for you to do the top of the cross by turning it this way, you can do that as well. For me, it is a little bit easier. And you don't want this one to go right down the middle. You actually want this one to be kind of more towards the left side. So we're going to draw a line down the left side. And then again, we're going to do those other 3 lines as well and color them in. That way it's a little bit easier to get the right size if you draw 3 lines. So now you have your sideways golden cross. Now the other color on our Swedish flag is the blue. So as we color in the blue, I have some interesting facts about the Swedish flag and how it got its colors. So one fun story talks of a king named King Eric IX. And he was walking one day, and in the sky he saw the bright sun shining down. And next to that sun, he saw a bright golden cross in the sky. So some say that the Swedish flag got its colors because of King Eric and what he saw in the clouds. There's another story that tells us something different on how it got its colors. The Swedish coat of arms has a blue background with golden lions, and some suspect that that is where it got its colors. But one thing we all know for a fact is that the cross on the Swedish flag stands for Jesus' cross.
There we have the flag of Sweden.
Glad påsk.
Glad post to you. That's our happy Easter in Swedish. So we did finish up our postkris, and we also added on a few these little sparkly eggs too, which that is also something typical in Sweden, that they will add on some eggs to their kris or postkris. And one thing we noticed was that because we had a yellow pipe cleaner, you really can't tell with the yellow feathers. Whereas with some of the other colors, you can definitely see that yellow pipe cleaner. So I think if we were to do it again, we would put like a blue with the blue, the red with the red. And I think that would have looked nicer using some different colored pipe cleaners. So one last fun tradition in Sweden is the påskkärring, which means Easter witch or Easter hag. So for you to dress like one, a påskkärring, you would need a babushka on your head. You would need a shawl. Some of the girls will wear either the gingham dress, or you could wear a flower pattern dress.
Maybe, you know, the things with squares, like what I'm wearing.
That's called gingham, yes.
And I like the colorful shirt, sweater shirt.
And that definitely looks very Swedish as well. Some of them had aprons. So those are some different ways you can dress as a påskkärring. Another fun thing is the makeup. So you can see she's got super rosy cheeks. Some girls used really bright red. Some girls used pink. We kind of used more of a darker red color. And freckles, of course. And Alexis actually got to do all of her own makeup. She wanted to do it herself.
I did this like an hour ago, like my lashes, the like curl.
So she drew a little bit of lash on the end too. So this is a fun thing to do. So what the kids do, especially the girls, will dress up as the påskkärring, and they will go door to door, just kind of like we do for Halloween. But they don't come empty-handed. They actually will make drawings and pictures and other fun things to pass out to their neighbors. And then in turn, their neighbors will give them candy. How's that sound?
Good.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Right now.
Hello.
Hello.
So to end, we're just going to review some of our Swedish words. To say hi, you'd say
Hey.
hey, and sometimes we'll even say it twice. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
To say hello, you would say
Hello. Hello.
good, hello. Now to say good morning,
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. To say good day,
Good dog.
you like that one, don't you? Good dog. And let's see. Oh, one we didn't go over yet is to say thank you. Is tack. You say tack. Tack. So it's like saying thanks. Tack.
Tax.
And we have some of our Easter words like glad post.
Glad påsk.
That's happy Easter. Our postkris.
Påskris.
That's our Easter tree. Our påskkärring.
Påskkärring.
Our Easter witch or Easter hag. And to end, we'll end with goodbye, which is hej då.
Hello.